Clone characters have been a part of Smash Bros. Ever since the beginning, and today I want to talk about Falco. This ace pilot has seen a ton of changes since his first appearance. So what exactly happened to Falco in Smash? What changes were made to turn him from full-blown clone into something with a more unique flair? Well, to find answers, we'll have to return to this fighter's first title, Super Smash Bros. Melee. So back in Melee, Falco's moveset was a complete clone of Fox. Every smash attack, air attack, and so on were a copy from Fox's kit. But some of his attacks had unique traits. His blaster shoots slower, but it makes opponents flinch. His side special can Meteor smash opponents while Fox's doesn't. His up special goes much less distance than Fox. And probably one of the biggest differences, Falco's down air spikes, while Fox's is just a multi-hit. This leads to Falco having some unique and devastating combos. Aside from those attack differences, Falco was made a lot slower than Fox, but he was also given higher jumps. There's also some small differences between some of their throws that use their blaster. These types of throws would remain different in later entries too, and actually made to behave even more differently in the more recent titles. Basically, Falco's lasers will knock the opponent farther away, but Fox's lasers just add more damage. And naturally, they have different taunts and victory animations. But almost all of their other animations are the same, with a couple of unique ones like Falco's blaster animation. Despite any of these distinct traits though, Falco is still a clone at his core. The moveset is still the same, even if their playstyles are different. So now we'll move on to Smash Bros. Brawl, which gave the Bluebird a bit of an overhaul. Aside from the obvious visual difference, Falco has some new attacks, and hey, he even has a unique running animation now. They also changed the color of his lasers, which are now kind of a bluish-green color. But let's talk about the real important thing, his moveset, which has plenty of new goodies. First, his neutral attack was made completely different from Fox. He now spins around and attacks with his wings instead of doing kicks like Fox. He was also given a unique up tilt, which is also a multi-hit with his wings. And his forward smash is no longer a clone of Fox's attack either, since he now attacks with his wings instead of kicking. Do you see a pattern here? Wings. Wings everywhere. They also changed his neutral air and, yep, you guessed it, he spins around and attacks with his wings. Geez, they really went all in with using his wings. But it makes sense, he is a bird after all. They finally broke the pattern with his forward air though, since he doesn't use his wings and instead spins around with his whole body, doing a multi-hit. Actually, he spins around a lot too, doesn't he? His neutral attack, up tilt, neutral air, forward air. Have you ever seen a bird flying through the air constantly spinning around? I know I haven't. Falco's up air was also changed a bit. Visually, it still looks very similar, but he now attacks only once with this move instead of the double kick Fox has. Also, his down special received a pretty big change. It's still a reflector, but he now kicks it out like a soccer ball and it flies back to him like a boomerang. Don't ask me the physics of how that works exactly. And finally, there were two small changes made to existing attacks. First is his up special. In Melee, after launching themselves, both Fox and Falco's attacks were just a single hit. But in Brawl, Falco's was changed to a multi-hit. It's a pretty crappy multi-hit, which was made better in recent games, but regardless, it's different from before, even though the attack concept itself is still the same. And then there's his back air. Wait, no, this looks the same as before. Oh yeah, that's right. Fox's back air was given the small change, which now has a slightly delayed startup and shorter active hitbox. It's still a very similar kind of attack though. Overall, Brawl gave the most major changes to Falco in the series. It's clear they didn't want him to be a full-blown clone anymore, and this is what most people refer to as a half-clone. He still shares a lot of the same moves, but there are also enough differences to make him stand apart from Fox. Anyway, let's move on to Smash 4 now, which unfortunately doesn't have quite as much to talk about. In terms of new moves, he was only given one, which is his up smash. It's still a flip kick, but he now does two kicks instead of one, which means the only smash attack Fox and Falco share at this point is their down smash. There are also some other small changes that were made to Falco. His back air has a new animation, but still behaves differently from Fox like in Brawl. Falco's move comes out faster and also has a longer active hitbox, whereas Fox's attack is basically what he had in Brawl. Another small change was done with Falco's down air. It's still a Meteor smash like before, but the animation was altered. There's now a brief pause before the attack comes out, which really just makes it harder to achieve success with. Fox's attack is still the same kind of multi-hit he's always had, so this small change for Falco just made the attack even more different, even if it also made the attack worse. Finally, his neutral attack was given a finisher, where he slaps the opponent away with his wing. There are also some even smaller updates he received, like Falco having a more unique pose for his Phantasm, and his laser color being changed again, now having a strictly blue hue to it. But yeah, compared to Brawl, Falco didn't receive quite as much love in Smash 4, and unfortunately he received even less changes in Ultimate. Falco was kept very much the same in terms of his moveset, which only has small tweaks here and there to existing moves. His up smash animation was updated though, which unfortunately made it worse due to the hitbox changing as a result. It's much harder to land the hits than before, which severely harms its utility. This move is notorious for not being reliable, and since his up smash was already different from Fox in Smash 4, this change felt very unneeded. They also changed the finisher for his neutral attack, which is now a kick instead of a wing slap. I will admit this new finisher looks a lot cooler to me, but other than that, there really isn't anything big to discuss. Actually, wait, how could I forget the best new thing about Falco in Ultimate?
Hands off my car!
Obviously, the leap from Melee to Brawl was the main turning point for Falco. They gave him a lot of new moves in that game to make him less of a clone. I do think they should have continued with giving him more unique moves in the last 2 games, so that he could eventually have a full moveset of his own, or hell, just give him his own final smash at least. But it is what it is. A cool extra tidbit about Fox and Falco are the unique voice lines that'll play after doing a match between the two, which has been a part of the series since Brawl.
You're out the game, Fox. Falco!
Anyway, what do you guys think? Are there any changes you didn't like, or any ideas of other ways they could have made him stand out more? I will most likely do more videos like this, and over time I'd like to expand on how much information I cover, and even go over characters who aren't clones, just to see how their movesets have evolved over time. I've been sick for a while now, so I apologize for the recent gap in uploads, but I hope to be feeling normal again soon. Thank you all so much for watching, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you again soon. Catch you later.